Now that you've done the research you've needed to do, let's start putting the pieces together to begin applying to graduate school. The graduate school admissions process is similar, but a bit different than undergraduate admissions. It's still based on a combination of your GPA, usually a 3.0 or higher, sometimes lower, testing scores, if they're required, personal essays, previous work experience, extracurricular activities, and the depth of professionalism of your application. Also, your recommendation letters and statement of purpose will still say the most about who you are. However, it's different in a couple of ways. It's a decentralized process, which means that the admissions department is not the sole deciders of your acceptance or denial. The faculty have much more of a role in the application process because they are looking to accept students based on their fit in the program. I'll talk about this on the next slide. It's also different in that there is usually more competition for getting into a school for a fall start instead of a spring or summer start. There are some schools that offer these semester starts that you may have a better chance of being accepted if you apply for a spring or summer semester start. If you're not accepted into a program, you may have to look at your personal qualifications versus the faculty or departmental goals. They can differ. It's not that you weren't qualified. It could have been a mismatch in fit based on the program's objectives or research interests. Faculty in graduate programs tend to have specific research interests, and if you don't fall in line with them, they have the ability to deny you based on that. The good news is that some degree programs may allow you to start as a non-degree student for conditional acceptance. Basically, you would take a couple of classes, and if you do well in them, they may accept you based on that. It's also an opportunity to try out classes to see if the program is a good fit. You'll need to keep in mind that if you are not officially in a graduate degree program, you will not be eligible for financial aid, so you will likely need to pay out of pocket until you are accepted into the program. Let's talk about the application process. Typically, you'll want to apply during the fall of your senior year or a year before matriculation. The deadlines to apply will range from December to March. The more prestigious the school, the earlier the deadline. Also, professional schools such as med school or law school have varying deadlines as well. Some schools have rolling admissions, which means that they review and accept applications as they arrive rather than all at once. The caveat with that is that based on the caliber of the applicant pool during a particular application period, the program may fill up sooner rather than later, so it's important to get your application in early. Don't base your timeline on deadlines because you may miss out. And overall, the graduate school application process is very similar to the job application process, so make sure that the appearance of your application is top-notch. Most schools, if not all, are using online applications, so be sure not to have any typos, misspelled words, or missing information. Your application should present the most relevant information first, which is why it's so important to do your research before you apply. You can use this information, such as the philosophy of the program, the strengths or areas of study within the program that pique your interest, to discuss how you fit in with the program and the school, and the impact that you want to have on the program and the field that you're interested in getting into once you graduate. When you're applying, it's never a bad idea to make copies of your materials before you send them out, either in the mail or electronically. This way, if a school ends up misplacing your application, you can quickly send another copy. If you have to fill out the application online again, you can just fill in the blanks from your previous application. This will make this also makes this next point that much more important. It's always, always, always essential to follow up with the admissions office to make sure that they received your application, especially if you're mailing in your application. I'd give them 3 to 5 business days to process the application before following up. This will ensure that they've had the time to look at it and can verify that they've received your application. Usually with online applications, you'll receive an email notification that your application has been received, so it may not be necessary to check in, but it couldn't hurt.